see if this is working here. Let's see. I don't see that this has woken up yet. Let's see what it has to say for itself. There we are. We're live there. Pardon me. Let's see what we're doing here. Live. And we want to go, here we are. Okay, so let's change the heading here first of all. Editing and AI. Okay, and we're going to edit the video and call it Sailing George Editing and AI. Okay, that's nice. I like that. And let's change this picture. Change. Where are we? Live. Live. And somewhere here there is a picture of a boat. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Save. Okay, let's go back and actually watch this and see who there we are. So let's go type show link to drop link. To drop link. Okay, that's good. Let's pin this message. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to new window. Personalization. I want 2 subscribers of 1 minute. Save. Okay. Let's close that. Very good. Now, what am I doing here? Let's just talk for a second. So let's, what am I doing here? Pardon me. Okay. Blow my nose. A little bit of a cold coming up here. So what are we doing? We are, let's just see if we can hear ourselves here. Yeah, we can hear ourselves. Fantastic. So while we're waiting for this excitement to happen, let's start this in the background. And hey, Eminem, thank you for coming by. Nice to see you on a Sunday night. What am I doing here? I just want to open up a a project. I don't know where it went to. I lost it here. Shoot. This thing is giving me grief here. What's the name of the project? The project was called Boat Barbecue Cheesesteak. There it is. Yeah, we're just starting out, so there's not that much activity. But I want to edit a pardon me, a video of cooking on the boat. This was a Philly cheesesteak, and originally it was kind of sad when I edited it. It's sad when I shot it, and I've done some work in getting this together. It's the boat actual onboard cooking seems to get less traction than cooking in my home studio kitchen. So it's kind of interesting that and you know, like the boat shrimp, it's just shrimp. Um, thank you. Yeah, it it is a nice jacket. I had a nice jacket. We used to have Saks in the Bay here, and Saks had a really nice jacket, denim jacket, and it got worn all to hell after a while. So we're down to this one. The problem is it has buttons, and I'm not a fan of buttons. I'd rather have snaps because they're easier to do and undo kinds of things. But yeah, it's winter here. It's down on the beach. It's 3 degrees Celsius. It's like what 33, 34 Fahrenheit. There was a little bit of snow still left. We had some snow overnight. And hey, Caesar Mocha, thank you for coming by. I appreciate it. I haven't seen you in a while, but I've been online in a while, I guess. And it was pretty cold. It was pretty cold. It was about 15 knots of wind, like pretty decent waves, pretty decent surf. And the wind was from the north, so the lake is to the south of the beach. So when the wind's from the north, we don't get the really big waves. But it was still minus 16. Wow, that's chilly. Oh yeah, you're a west, aren't you? Yeah, it's that is chilly. But it's winter and it's almost the 1st of December, so 25 shopping days left till Christmas. So it's yeah, I was supposed to go check on the boat today to check the batteries. It's been a month since it's come out of the water, October 28th, and yeah, I checked it a couple of times. Regina. Ooh, yes, Regina. I've only been to Regina once. Many years ago, I had an auditing job, and my boss, we were heading out to Red Deer, Alberta, and my boss wanted to take the train. So we flew to Regina, and then we took the train overnight to Calgary, and it was kind of nice. I'd never done that before. It was my first time west, and it might have been my first time in an airplane. And hey, healing lead. Leading healing. Okay, can't see for looking. The it was my first time on the list. Leading, I'll subscribe to you once this party's over. But let's give you a wrench, and you can network as you wish. The so if anybody that is a content creator gets a wrench. Sometimes I feel guilty that some people that are just enjoying themselves watching YouTube, I'm not giving them wrenches, but I guess if they don't have content, then nobody's trying to try to get them to subscribers anyway. So it was my first trip out west, I believe. It might have been out to BC because the place I was working for had a factory in Red Deer and had a factory in Burnaby. And it might have been my first time in an airplane. So I remember saying something to my boss that says, we're up there. And I said, oh, it's nice and sunny up here. Of course it's nice and sunny. We're above the clouds. But yeah, we were into Regina, and it would have been like December kind of time frame. And it was kind of interesting. That's my only Regina experience. Been out west into Calgary, Saskatchewan, British Columbia, quite a bit after that. But yeah, if the moderator thing to me is a way of networking. I use it extensively. So what am I trying to do today? So two things. One is I'm going to just switch the camera around to aim at my computer, and we probably have to turn it just a hair so that it's actually seeing the edit station. So what we're trying to do here is a Philly cheesesteak. So it was Philly cheesesteak on the boat, and it was less than the filming was suboptimal, and this I've already done some work on this. So this is look at the amount of color correcting is done. So this is what the camera did. So it's very, very bright. You can see here, very, very bright, very, very dark. And the camera couldn't deal with the range of. Hey, Suzanne, thank you for coming by. And Susanna J, I appreciate that. Nice to see you. Yeah, nice to see you. Always welcome. So it was pretty. It was a weird day because it was very bright and sunny, but with a little bit of color correcting, we can sort of see what we're doing here. But so we're putting the thing on there. Let's just look at what the original version of this this sandwich looked like. Oh, that's the wrong one. So this is the one that was no, that's me. One of these is going to be sandwich. Here, so here's the sandwich as it was recorded on the boat. And it is what it is. It's a Philly cheese steak is steak, and the but the color was awful, and the look of the cheese was kind of gross. It tasted pretty good. I enjoyed it. I ate it there, as we can see in this little clip, where I guess the sun was shining on me, so the sun was brighter. So it ended up being a nice day. But I didn't like this, so we had to get rid of this. And this morning I cooked it again, not on the boat, and did a much better job of both the cooking and the photography. So this is a nice looking Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Yeah, you're not eating fish. A friend of mine is a scuba diver, and he spent a fair amount of time around sharks. And one of the things that he says is that he has promised not to eat the fish if the fish won't eat him. So it's an interesting trade-off, I guess, and we'll meet at the St. Lawrence Market in Toronto. I'm out buying fish, and he's turning up his nose at it and saying unkind things about the quality of the fish that I'm buying. Anyway, so I reshot this. So now the challenge is to look at this again and see if we can fix the color a little bit more. See, that got way too bright there. Get this thing ready to post. But I'm going to play around a little bit with AI, because it's there, and I just was taking an online course about AI, and I'm going to do two things with AI. One is, let's just go back to this. So this is my There's my sandwich that I made today. So this is video, and I need a thumbnail for this video. Yeah, Eminem has some interesting stuff on his channel. It's definitely worth checking out. And hey, thanks, Suzanne. Thanks for liking. The more likes, the better. Really appreciate it. So what I want to do is I'm going to zoom over to ChatGPT, and I want to create an AI version of this sandwich and see what it thinks a Philly cheesesteak sandwich would look like. So let's go over here and visit our good friends at ChatGPT. ChatGPT.com, I think. What can I help you with? So I don't log into to chat. Oh, I guess it remembers me. Oh, I guess I am logged in. So I'm logged in through Google. And what I want to do is go to their image generator, and I want to get a photorealistic image of a Philly, how do you spell Philly? Filly, cheese steak sandwich on a blue plate. Now, this is really looking for a thumbnail. Hey, Willies, thank you for coming by. Yeah, no desert here. We're into AI, and my last episode of actually cooking on the boat this year, where I was cooking a Philly cheesesteak sandwich that I wasn't really impressed with the work that I Philly. So how do you spell Philly? Philly, I think is how it goes. Let's see what ChatGPT thinks about that. As you know, I generated a photo of a salmon steak that ended up turning out pretty good. Let's just take a look at that really quickly. YouTube AI food images. So where was the salmon steak? So here, this is an AI salmon steak that actually looks pretty good, and the coloring is nice. When I did it on the boat, I cooked it with zucchini. Now I sliced the zucchini lengthwise, and it didn't understand lengthwise slices. But yeah, just to mention Willie's does this thing in Arizona where he's out looking at the Arizona desert or his backyard, whichever. And good conversation. Eminem, you and Willie's are well acquainted with the 420 lifestyle. Definitely worth checking each other out. So this was a really nice AI generated salmon steak, and I ended up using it in the header of my channel. And so who generated this? Oh, it might have been Gemini. No. ChatGPT. Okay, so ChatGPT did the steak. Gemini. Adobe did the salmon steak. It was generated by Adobe AI. But let's start with ChatGPT, and then we can zoom over to Gemini, and then we can zoom over to Adobe and see what each of them think about what is. No, that is not a bad cheesesteak. It's got. I didn't put any green pepper in. ChatGPT wants me to build a website. Okay. So this is not a bad picture. I like this. It's got yellow cheese, and apparently a proper Philly cheesesteak is white cheese. And when I did it on the boat, I did it with provolone. When I did it at home today, I did it with Havarti. But this is not a bad not a bad. So ChatGPT. This is Philly cheesesteak. So we'll save that. I like it. But let's zoom over to Gemini and see what Gemini thinks about a Philly cheesesteak. I can't remember how I find Gemini. I think I go just to Google and type in Gemini. Oh, Nano Banana. That's what it is. Nano Banana. Nano Banana. And they say don't click on the any one of these things. You want Google Gemini. I don't want any sponsored results. Google Gemini. Nano Banana. Try Nano, but I don't want to try Pro. I want to just try Gemini. And I'm going to ask it again. A photorealistic image of a Philly cheesesteak. I think they were right. I forgot to put green bell pepper onto the one that I cooked because I don't like green bell pepper. Cheesesteak sandwich on a blue plate with the ocean in the background. So this, we're going to get a little bit more nautical here. With, if I can type, it helps. The ocean in the background. So let's see what Mr. Nano Banana think about this. And oh, now they're giving us 2 images. Last time I only got 1 image. So this isn't bad. This is really beachy. I like the palm trees. White cheese. They've got some green stuff. See, this one has less green stuff on it. Okay, Suzanne, see you again. We'll appreciate your dropping by. I'm going to save both of these. I guess one of the things I'm thinking about AI is let it suggest a layout and then record the thing in real life. But I like both of these pictures, so let's save them. Philly cheese steak by Ocean. I wonder what ChatGPT would have given me if I'd asked for a Philly cheese steak by the ocean. So let's just see how big these pictures are, because the problem with some of these things is that the image sizes are very small. This is 1024 by 1024. The ChatGPT is 1536 by 1024. So the ChatGPT image is a bigger one. I think we're going to actually go back to ChatGPT and ask them to give me one by the ocean. But let's try, because again, if we go back to my original sandwich on the boat, we don't have it anymore, right? The original sandwich of the boat, it was on a table. Let's bring this back here. Pardon me. This is my original sandwich on the boat, and I think if I zoom out a little bit, yeah. So we get. It was on the boat, the tray table in the cockpit, And that's really what we're trying to replace, right? So let's go back and minimize this guy and go back to ChatGPT. We'll just open it up a second time. Okay, let's do this here. So ask Gemini a photorealistic image of a Philly cheese steak sandwich on the cockpit table of a yacht. Let's go for a yacht. If we're going to do artificial AI things, let's ask for a yacht instead of just a sailboat. Photo, we can type, it would probably help, although it seems to be Philly. Typos don't seem to bother any of the AIs that I've been working with. Cockpit of a yacht with a glass of cola, because that's what I shot in real life. Let's see what that looks like. Pardon me. Let's just have a sip of water. I don't know how many images Nano Banana will give me. Fire out. That is really nice. It's not my boat, but the concept is pretty amazing. So let's save this guy. And shoot. I'm just going to copy this. Philly's cheese, cockpit of a yacht. Use that for the name. And the name is there. So that's pretty good. Let's go back to, so that's Gemini. So let's go back to ChatGPT. And see what ChatGPT would do if I ask it for, basically for this. Let's just turn this camera a little bit. Ask it for this same prompt of a yacht. So that's not a bad yacht. It was interesting. They've got the steering wheel on the proper side. I remember once I was looking at a picture in Yachting Magazine, a big famous boat magazine, and the photo editor, in order to make the image fit the head of a page, they had mirror imaged it, and the steering wheel was on the wrong side, because there's no boat in the world, practically, no boat in America where that magazine is focused on, that has the steering wheel on the left. So let's go back to ChatGPT. I guess if we go back, let's just open another window here while we're at it. Hello, too much stuff blocking my. ChatGPT.com. What's on the agenda today? Where's my image? Free offer. I don't want a free offer. I want to generate an image. And let's give it this and see what it does with that. So I think ChatGPT will time out after 3 images. Hey, Simple Happy Life. Thank you for coming by. I'm trying to do some AI generation of images for food. I apologize, I haven't been by to see you. I'm subscribed to you. So let's give you a wrench, network as you wish. And I apologize, I haven't been by in a while. I will go by after we've had we finished this. Actually, it'll be tomorrow because I got to do some more work on another video. Portrait or landscape? Let's go landscape. Landscape. It's never asked me that before. It's never asked me that before. Because for a long time, ChatGPT wouldn't create anything except square images. And while we're waiting for that, let's fire up Photoshop. Let's fire up Photoshop in the background. And minimize that. Let's see this image. Because, as I say, Photoshop did the nicest salmon steak that looked closest to the salmon, the steak that I actually cooked, which is sort of a slice through the body where you've got the fillet at the top and then you've got the belly on each side and sort of an empty space in the middle. That that was really it was identical to the picture of that salmon when it was on the grill. The reason I regenerated it was I needed a picture of the full steak. Okay, that's not bad. So this is one where they've got the steering wheel's on the wrong side of the boat, which is kind of interesting that ChatGPT got that wrong. Now, what do I know about boats? I'm sure that somewhere in the world there's a boat with a steering wheel on the wrong side. But yeah, so that's I don't care about website generating GPT. So let's where is the let's just copy this. Philly cheesesteak on a yacht. Prompt and use it in the saving of the image. Okay, so that was kind of interesting. So actually it ended up working out. It was kind of interesting because, I mean, I've got a sailboat, so we could trim this off here and you'd end up with a picture that that isn't too bad. Now they've got a whole lot of meat, and I've just got 2 slices of sirloin steak on mine. So it's a little bit of a different, concept. But this, and I'm looking for, it's the reality of how I cooked more than what you might do otherwise. Although I suppose if I made another sandwich, I'd use more meat. I found when I ate it, I had it for lunch. It was quite satisfying. I didn't need more meat. They got white cheese. They don't have anything else in here. No other peppers and stuff like that. So that's a pretty interesting one. So let's go over to Photoshop. So Photoshop, Adobe, Firefly, and I think Adobe is inventing a new thing that will be an image generator. But let's create. We're going to create a bigger image than these guys. Let's go with 4,000 pixels by 3,000. And in this area, we're going to create, edit, generate image. And the prompt is, okay, this is not the full prompt, right? Let's go back to the other prompt and copy the full prompt. Let's get the full prompt. And let's see what this looks like. And generate. Now I pay for Photoshop. Hey, Suzanne J, did I not give you a moderator? Let's give you a wrench. Appreciate you hanging around. I really do love that. Um, Thank you very much for that. Network as you wish. I'm sorry I didn't give you a wrench earlier. So this is nice. So this is Photoshop. The thing is, see, it's a 4,000 pixel image. I'm going to zoom up to 100%. And so at 100%, it's, well, the cheese is still pretty good. The cheese is still pretty good. The cola is good. It's a pretty good looking um, um, sandwich. Now, the problem is it's got bacon and a bunch of other stuff on it. So it's not really my sandwich. Let's see. Here's a different version. Weird meat. So this is closer. Orange cheese instead of white cheese. Um, so let's go back and ask it to the Philly cheese. There's the Philly cheesesteak sandwich made with white cheese. Okay, so basically what I did is I just changed the prompt. Before I do that, I'm going to save this. I like this picture. It's a pretty picture. File, save as a JPEG. And where are we going to save this? It's got to be saved in this folder, right? Where I was working on pictures of flowers for another project. Where's the YouTube food images AI? It's not a Nano Banana. It's I can't remember. Let's just go up one level here. So this is Adobe. Let's give it the full. We're going to save it on top of that with the full prompt. File, save as JPEG. Adobe 01. Okay, so now we've got that one. So it's a 2 megabyte picture. It's not bad for that. And there's a lot of blur in the background, so that's why it's a low. Do we like that one better? See, these aren't relevant to what I've got. And I'm not going to use them anyway, so I reshot the thing. But let's regenerate it with realistic image of Philly cheesesteak sandwich made with white cheese on a deck of a sailing yacht with a glass of cola. So let's see what it does there. So now it's going to go and generate another version of this. And let's see. Okay, we got white cheese. Sailing yacht, could be. Very nice, very nice. So this is closer to what I've got, except this has got the cut of the bread is slightly different. Sliced bread, so these are nice. So which one are we going to save? Let's save the middle one. File, save as, cancel. Let's get this full prompt and put it into the name of the file. Save as JPEG. Don't want to save them as Photoshop because by the time you've got 6 images in there, the thing is about a gigabyte big. Save. So that's those are pretty good. Now, how does this compare to um, the one I took today myself? Um, let's just look at this food clips. Let's look at this image of today's cheesesteak. That's the wrong one. Where is here we are. Okay, so I didn't have my cola with it. I like their cheese better than I like mine. My cheese isn't quite as melted. We've got a little bit of mayo on top of there. We can see the onions because onions are important in this, and we don't see the onions in there. So it, I'm not unhappy with my picture. I'm not. I love what got created here, and I think Adobe did the nicest job. So let's go back to, instead of a sailing yacht, let's go a motor yacht. One more shot and see what pardon me. Okay, so now we're sort of back to the same boat. Oh, that's nice. Now still sailboat. No, it could be a motor yacht. I mean, the angle of that railing there is suggests motorboat. Some lettuce. I guess I should have put some lettuce on. I'm going to save this version because it's closest to being a boat with a teak deck and stuff like that. So let's save that. Save as JPEG. Adobe. So the biggest advantage, in my opinion, of Adobe over the others is that Adobe, this is a 4,000 pixel wide image. I've generated 6,000 pixel wide images, and the quality is pretty darn good. Okay, so let's close that. No, I don't want to save that because the file is going to get too big. So now, let's go to, where is Sora? So let's go to Sora. And let's turn off the sound because it's just going to conflict with what we're trying to do here. So this is Sora, which is OpenAI's video generating thing, and it's got a lot of interesting. Some of it is slop, but some of it isn't bad. So this is me. So you generated a few things. So this image here is the one that I'm actually using in, it's in the last video about mac and shrimp. There's nothing to do with shrimp in here, nothing to do with mac, but it was kind of cute. I asked for a cat and a captain's hat cooking on a boat and on a sailboat. And it's pretty nice. It's at one point somebody suggested using a cartoon mascot to brand what I'm doing, and I wasn't that hot on that idea, but it's worthwhile. So let's generate ourselves a new image. And I'm going to ask it to give me a a photorealistic video of a cat in a captain's hat. So let's type it as we go along here, do this together. If I move it up, can you see it? No, you can't, right? Because it's chopped off the bottom. A photorealistic video of a cat in a captain hat on a sailboat. Let's go eating. A Philly cheesesteak sandwich in the cockpit. Let's see what that generates for us. Sora will generate, I think, 5 images before it times out. So let's Night Cafe. No, I don't know that one. I played with a bunch of things, and it's really I don't know what to do with any of this. Now I'm using it as a clickbait to some extent. I don't know if it's actually going to work, so we'll see if it gets people to click on. But I'll keep that in mind. Let's hit enter because this is going to take a few minutes to generate. And I want it to be landscape orientation so it fits into and the only duration I get is 15 seconds. I don't need 15 seconds. 10 seconds is plenty. The only advantage I guess of 15 seconds is I can find a more interesting 5 seconds of stuff. Like here, this guy here, I decided I didn't want to use him because he's got a beard. I don't have a beard. And Google gets upset about AI with representing realistic images. So he's too realistic. Kind of neat there's a shark in the background. So let's see what happens with this guy when he comes up. So the interesting with Adobe is I do a lot of stock photography for Adobe, and Adobe so they pay for that, and they use some of that in their generating stuff. So they pay me a pittance, but a pittance, if you make it up in volume, a pittance is worthwhile. They pay me for my images. So now last week they came up with a request for video of people using power tools and for training their AI model. So I'm curious to see if, let's say, it takes a month for the new videos to get into their database. If I go back to Adobe in a month and ask them to give me a video of, I take it back, Adobe isn't doing video yet. That's not true. If I download the latest beta version of Photoshop, I think I can get video as well. But they're paying for the video, so they paid for me taking little video clips, 30-second video clips of me using a drill and a leaf blower and a saw and another drill. And that overcomes some of the problem people have with AI, and that they're not paying the creators. So, but like stock photography at 10 cents an image, you don't get rich on each one. But if you sell enough of them, then it pays for a tank of gas for the boat. Okay, so this thing hasn't quite generated itself yet here. Let's see, so it's not there yet. It's working on it. We'll see how long it takes before it gets there. And what I'm doing, the reason for doing this, I want to use it as an intro for the for the Philly cheesesteak video. So this was Cat in the captain's hat, steering the boat, hoisting the mainsail. The angles don't make any sense at all. But this looks like a spanker, mizzen sail here. That okay, Simple Life. Yeah, thank you for coming by. I do really appreciate and you hung out for quite a while. I'm not going to spend much more time on YouTube today, but I will drop by and hopefully if I get the notifications. I work a lot with whatever notifications I get. I go visit, and some I just let it run in the background because why not? And it's always interesting to see what people are doing. So I will come by tomorrow and say hi. If there's a live, then I'll say hi for an hour or so. Anyway, so what's our? Oh, okay. So we're getting to see what. So a cat eating. That's not bad. That's not bad. A cat eating a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. It's interesting. The wheel is on the wrong side for a sailboat, but hey, it's kind of neat. So let's save this mess, and it's 9 o'clock. We've got till 9:30, so I'm going to. I want to try a couple different versions of this. See here, let's save this. Okay, where is this? The download. Let's save this. Let's save this text. Oh, this is my flower project, so let's save that. Let's create a new text so we can save this here. And how do I download this mess? What happened to the downloady thing here? Download. Sora. Okay, so this is Sora, and we'll save that. So it's not full HD. It's 720p, which is really not that bad. The logo is easily wiped out from where they're putting it because they never put the logo, the watermark in the middle, and so that is a good thing. Let's see if we can find this file and see if it's already there. Sora, where's my Sora? Sora, where is my cat? So it's 12 megabytes for 15 seconds, which is pretty sad quality, to be honest. And the thing about Sora is it throws in various sounds, so it's not bad. It's not bad sound. I mean, some of it doesn't make any sense. This wire here, this rail doesn't make any sense, but it's cute nevertheless. So let's go back to, let's post it, why not? And let's go back and ask it for photorealistic video of a cat in a captain hat. The captain's hat on a sailboat making grilling steak for a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Let's see what it does with that. I'm curious if it will come back to Um, on a sailboat, yeah. So we'll come back to the same cat. I have settings, landscape. Again, we'll go for 15 seconds because that will give me an opportunity to. Hey, Gospod, thank you for coming by. I haven't seen you in a while. Have I ever seen you? I made you give you a wrench, so I must have subscribed at one point. But thank you for coming by. I haven't checked your channel in a while. I will do so. We're in the middle of trying to generate some AI food photography, and in this case, we're generating AI video here of a cat in a captain hat grilling steak. I don't know what else. If I'm coming back to my real life video, so I've got me at the beginning. I'm on the boat. I've got the sandwich that I made at home. Ooh, what's this? I'm putting some. See, I must have put some yellow cheese on here. I don't know why I did that. Putting some mayo on there and cutting this up. So it'll be in here somewhere where maybe the cat would morph into me as a human to, still cooking, as a human to talk about grilling this cheesesteak sandwich. While we're waiting, because it's going to take a few minutes, I'm going to actually move this over to the side where I can see it. So I'm pretty happy with what I got here. This was my first attempt. So I don't really need that, right? Do I need this sandwich? No, because I've got a better looking one here. So let's take this out. Let's take that out. We'll put him here. So we've got me cutting up the onion. Okay, so again, we've got a lot of boring stuff happening here. So why don't I change the order? In real life, the order was I cut up all the stuff. But where's my steak? Okay, here's my steak. So let's put the steak first. How many seconds is that? That is 59 seconds. So that's way too long. It's going to be a short video. But let's do this first. So as soon as I finish talking, I'm cooking, I'm cutting up the steak. Did I already speed this up? Let's go 140% and see if that looks too fake. Okay, so that's better. And while we've been having all that fun over there, hey, Bruce Harvey. Let's give you a wrench. Network as you wish. Love Bruce Hart. Rusty Rivers, you're here. Hey, thank you for dropping by. Appreciate the company. Bruce Harvey has the greatest singing, especially when he gets into country. And I assume we're going to have Christmas soon enough. Greatest singing voice. Wonderful, wonderful channel. So let's look at... Okay, so now we got a cat and a captain hat making... Okay, yeah, good. See, we got the bun. I don't know, this grill is moving its... that's actually pretty good, right? So he's doing the steak on the barbecue, putting on the cheese, putting it on the bed run. I don't know what he's got in his hand there. Looks like a piece of a motor. Ooh, he's flipping that steak. That was pretty good. I like that. So I think maybe we'll use like, and he's got a nice sail. He's got the furling on the sail there. The boat is relatively realistic. We got some water. The cat is a little bit um, with the sun behind them, so it's an interesting perspective that they chose. No idea what that thing is that the guy's holding. Um, but I think so. Maybe what I'd use is like 3 seconds where he's putting that on there, like maybe in the flipping of the thing. I don't like the color. So this is going to be my intro. Let's put this intro in right now. We've got time, right? Okay. So let's first of all, I want to save this. Download and let that download and hit post. And I'm going to get this out of our way and I'm going to find that video. So let's go find that video. Where is it? Here's my cat in the captain hat. Okay. Do I want to change it? Do we want to try to? Let's try one more time. Video of a cat in a captain hat on a yacht. Grilling steak for Philly cheesesteak sandwich. The sun shines fully on the cat face. And we want a white captain's hat. That was a dark color one, right? Mine is white. So we'll give it one more try. Same story. Add it to the queue. We'll move it over to the side. But for now, let's get the cat that we have and drag it in. Not sure what that sound is. We don't need the sound. You're gone. And let's bring this guy to the beginning and see what we're doing here. I'm just going to rotate the camera very slightly. Okay, so, oh no, so that was the wrong cat. That's the wrong cat. It was the other cat that we wanted. We wanted the cat. This one, where he's cooking, not where he's eating. Again, we don't need the sound. But interesting, they put in some seagull sounds and a few other things. Okay, so let's get this, move it to the beginning, and let's decide. So first of all, we got to blow it up to fill the screen. And the quality, I mean, it's low quality video. I mean, 12 megabytes for 15 seconds is 10 megabytes for 15 seconds is I can't do the math in my head, but it's my phone does 30 megabits per second. 30? Yeah, 30 megabits per second. And hey, Wise Warriors, thank you for coming by. Hey, Lori, thank you for coming by. I missed you here. let's give you a wrench. Because Lori, you've got a bunch of channels, right? Lori's Kitchen, Lori's Garden, some really good stuff out there. I like the kitchen more than I like the garden because I'm interested in kitchenings, right? Anyways, Warriors, thank you for coming by. So what we're trying to do is, I love that, happy trails. Very distinctive. We're trying to, so we've got 15 seconds. Hello, how long is this thing? 15 seconds of video of this cat cooking. Now, as I say, he's got a black, I do have a black captain's hat. So what we want to do is, okay, flipping it over. Keep that, stop there, keep going. Okay, we're going to cut it there. And then we're going to, okay, I take that back. Put the cheese on. And we don't want this barbecue has a mind of its own. And then he's taking that. Very nice. Okay. Whatever he's doing there, we don't want that. So we're going to cut that out. Okay, so here we got him. And if we do our normal cross dissolve and here cross zoom, what's that look like? Let's see, get that to line up.
I wanted something fast on the board.
Not bad. That's not bad. I like that. I think that's a good clickbait to get that in. It the issue with YouTube's AI rules is it has to be realistic to be labeled, and this isn't realistic. A cat does not cook. I like that. So let's go over here, and so this is the other version of this cat cooking a steak. For okay, we've got the bun. It's a different boat. It looks like a okay. It would work better if he had the steak sideways on the. You know, I'm not going to spend more time on it. He's not bad. Let's save this as well. A cat. Yeah, see now the sun is shining on him better. So I think I've got enough to give me what I was looking for here. Save, let's post it. And this can get out of the way. I like what I've got here. I wanted to put the AI at the beginning so that if I don't think 6 seconds of AI is going to turn 5 seconds of AI, 6 seconds of AI is going to turn anybody off. But I think it's going to be enough to get people to maybe check out to see what this has got to do with reality. It could maybe make it even shorter, right? So here he's doing. We can cut out a few seconds of this. Okay, I want to put the cheese on there. So the downside is the cat is not well lit because they've built this thing with the backlight for the cat, which is a little bit different than staging and cinematography that than I would have anticipated. Um, but yeah, so that was kind of interesting we could find something relevant for the concept that I'm trying to create of a cat. I may go back one more try to find a better cat with the white hat and the sun on him, and it'll generate a different boat. So that one was a yacht. So if we go back to the sailboat, maybe that will give me a more hey, Easy Home Cooking. Thank you for coming by. Nice to see you. We're AI cooking. I'm just gonna flip it back here for Easy Home Cooking to see what we've been doing. Been using AI to create an intro for me cooking steak on the boat, and we've got a cat in the captain's hat cooking the steak. And again, because of the coloring, so the light it's a backlit thing. But when I look at the picture of me, I guess it's backlit as well, right? Because I'm in the dark and I've already done a lot of adjusting to get this to be respectable. The camera did an awful job of that, or I did an awful job of that. So here we've got AI generated cat cooking a Philly cheesesteak. And it's actually not a bad representation. It's the cat's got the steak. It's a full steak. A Philly cheesesteak is sliced steak, and but he's got the bun and he's got the cheese, and it's on a grill. So it really is what I was looking for in terms of having a light-hearted intro to this. So I'm going to fly this, upload this tomorrow. I've still got to do the voiceover talking about how I basically prepared the steak and prepared the bun and then cooked the onions on the grill. But we'll see if it gets a lot of favorable uptake. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that maybe as my thumbnail for this cooking. If I bring my other, just going to flip the camera around again. Let's just take a look at this other image that I had here of okay, so that's the cat eating the bun. I didn't like that. But if I take this one,
The midday sun hits the captain square on the whiskers, but he doesn't flinch. Steak searing, peppers softening, every detail under control. Flip, a sprinkle of salt.
see here he's got the bun, the steak is the wrong way around. He's got the green pepper as well, which I did not put on. But so this, I like the cat, I like the hat, but I don't like the cat. The face is gone. There's too much fuss here, so it's a bit of a weird one. But it might work as a thumbnail for the video. So I've accomplished what I wanted to. Thank you for taking the time to watch, and by giving me the opportunity to talk about it. It helps me solidify my own thinking to a certain extent as to what I want what I want to accomplish. The let's say, so this will be live. The boat's out of the water. It was freezing, snowed here yesterday. I didn't get down to the boat today, partly because I wanted to redo this steak sandwich. And I had to go to the grocery store anyway, so I bought enough extra steak to recook my steak sandwich and take a couple of video clips of that. But we'll try to get down to the boat tomorrow. I want to check the battery. It's been a month since the boat came out of the water, and I haven't charged it. Last time I was there was 2 weeks ago, and it was still 12.5 volts, which is pretty good. But I do want to keep it charged over the winter, because it protects the battery from freezing, and the frozen battery means acid running all over, so it's not a good thing. So I'm going to thank everybody for coming by, and we'll see you again on your channel. If let's say after I've had an opportunity to do some of this, I'm going to visit everybody that spent time with me, and we'll catch up and make sure that that I'm giving back as much watch hours as I'm getting from you guys. So I do really appreciate what am I doing here? You want to save this? Don't save. You want to save this? Save. Save this. That was my one of my AI generated images. I'm going to close that, and we're back to out on the water on a warm summer day. So thank you for taking the time to drop by. Really appreciate that. We'll do this again. The next edit of food is mac and cheese. And then I don't know what's after that. Something shrimp based, most likely. So have a good night. We'll talk again.